We haven't caught a darn thing yet while we're out on the Calypso, but that's okay, because we are here with Captain Ryan here this afternoon out in the middle of the Gulf, and we've learned that it's not necessarily the catching the fish that's the most important thing about today, is it?
No, that's a great thing to say, especially when you're not catching fish. But it's really not. I mean, it's about the experience.
It's a great thing to say.
It's a great line when you're not catching fish.
Right? Exactly. So talk to me about, I mean, typical day for you. Outline how that goes. When on a typical day, how many people come in and go out? How long are they out? That kind of stuff.
Well, depending on what we do. So like in this arena, when we're going to go offshore in the big boat, typically we leave early in the morning. It'd be like up to 6 people. You know, it could be family size, could be you and a couple buddies, and we'll go all day. I mean, we'll leave early in the morning, come back late in the afternoon.
And what do most people usually catch? Is there a particular fish that, you know, comes up all the time?
Well, there's my favorites and then there's their favorites. My favorite is to go catch red snapper, and we only get to do that a couple of months of the year. And but you know, typically we're like going grouper fishing or snapper fishing. Everybody wants to catch a tuna. If they're from a landlocked area, they want to go catch a shark. That's like the thing. I catch something that's scary.
You've ever been on board when somebody's caught a shark or a tuna?
Yes.
You see that look he just gave us? That was like, wow, I don't know. I'm not even sure what to make of that answer.
Let me ask a follow-up question. Do you need a license to catch those sort of fish, or
not when you're in Florida? If you're with a guide, their license actually covers all the people in their boat, so it's really cool. Okay. Florida set it up really well. I mean, it's a great. They did it for tourism, so like when you come and you hire a legal guide, they have all your licenses are covered. And then I also fish in federal water, so I have a whole nother set of licenses for that too.
So when you talk about your favorite fish versus everybody else's favorite fish, are you a guy that would prefer the bigger or the tastier, or the ones that are harder to catch?
I like the ones that are easy to catch and that are pretty in pictures.
See how that works? Yeah. So what are those ones? What are if I want the pretty in pictures ones? What are those?
Legitimately, red snapper are about the prettiest fish you're ever going to catch. I mean, other than like sailfish and marlin, you know, the big pelagics. But their color's beautiful. And you can eat them. They're really good to eat. I don't say they're better than everything else to eat, but they're good to eat, and they're really easy to catch. You just have to drive a long way to them here. Like here, our red snapper fishery is about 80 miles off the coast. And you drive there, so it's a 2-hour ride, 2.5-hour ride. And you know, the sun's up, you get there, you drop a bait down, and immediately people are fighting fish. And within 2 or 3 fish, they're tired. And they've caught great fish, they have good pictures, and then the rest of the day is just fun from there.
One last question from me. Well, we've been doing this interview for a few minutes here. Who's driving the boat?
I don't know. We better check.
I love this term, fighting a fish. I'll quote an old friend of mine, Eric Tunney, who used to say, I don't even know where that term comes from, because the minute you put a hook in my mouth, I'm out. You win. Is that how long do you fight a fish for?
It depends on the fish. I mean, so if you hook a red snapper, he's going to swim against the hook for 200 feet, because they're down on the bottom, 180, 200 feet down. So the fight is really just you lifting and reeling and lifting.
The little fishing I've done, you know, I would catch, you know, small fish at home, and they would swallow the hook, which is really a disgusting way to have to, you know, bring a fish in. Does that sort of same thing happen? Do they swallow the hook and it goes right down?
No, we use circle hooks, so it actually catches them in the corner of the mouth. And if they swallow the hook, we just cut the line, throw them in the box, and don't tell nobody.
They don't mind at all.
Here's the one thing I want to make sure everybody gets about this and why we're out here today too. And you told me about it while we were going along trying to get the dolphins to jump back and forth in the wake. You were telling me that there's one moment on every trip that you wait for.
Oh, absolutely. That's when people breathe. When they take, you can see it in their face, you can see their body change when they take a moment and they exhale. Like, that's when they get that moment of clarity, you know. That's what it's for, and that's what you wait for. The trip doesn't really even begin until people actually relax and breathe.
See, it's not about catching the fish, Norm.
No, it's about eating it.
There you go. All right, Captain Ryan. Hey, where do we get in touch with you for when we're coming down here?
Oh, it's easy. You know, you can basically look for the smoke signals, but that doesn't work real well. So you can look on the internet nowadays. It's southerninstinct.com. It's easy.
There you go, southerninstinct.com. Captain Ryan, thanks for this, man.
All right, no sweat, man. Thanks.